that movie, like, it's a new standard to me. It did shape the way that I looked at other feel-good movies and complicated, layered characters that were played in like an upbeat way, but not cheesy, not campy. Even though it's campy, the movie is. The characters were not. They
not
were
campy.
No, they had depth, and you felt their emotions and. Hi, I'm Kit.
And I'm Cade.
And we're real people.
Doing real reviews.
We are doing a recap of season 3, which was Stories That Stick. These are the pieces of cinema that have shaped our perspective as movie critics. And this is our very last episode of season 3. We're going to go over Cade's choices.
Yes.
And recap where we landed with all of it. We'll also announce the winner of this battle. Do you want to talk about this runtime? How many minutes and hours we spent in front of a screen for you?
Sure. Yeah, tell me.
It is 19 hours and 57 minutes.
Okay.
That's 1,197 minutes in total.
It's a long time.
Is that more or less than me?
Significantly less, if I do remember.
Yeah, it's around 200 minutes less.
Yes.
Maybe, yeah.
I think that's because we had to watch an extra movie.
Well, that would be
I'm not gonna let that go.
hours, I think.
But no, I would say probably on average, most of your movies were 20 minutes or longer than all of my movies.
I agree. Yeah, I had lots of 3-hours.
Yes. Which I didn't know in the beginning when I agreed to this back and forth. But in total, how many total minutes? It's kind of unbelievable how many minutes there at the bottom.
Okay.
That this is strictly sitting and watching movies, not filming podcasts, not preparing anything.
Not going to festivals, not theatrical ones that we went to see. Yeah. 2,601 minutes or 43 hours and 21 minutes. So for you at home, if you have been following our Instagram, when we say we watched it, you're welcome, because then you don't waste your time when it's not good.
I know. We spent a full week's worth of work just sitting in front of the TV.
we sure did. Look at that. Super productive.
No, it was really good. It was really good. Additionally, I would say my kind of call out for the season, I'm wearing the outfit from the designer that dressed us most of the season, AO from Via Athletic Wear. But she made this for me for the SIF red carpet, where we got to meet Biff Naked and several other stars. But yeah, a very cool kind of call out from the middle of the season, which was also kind of fun because this is kind of playing a take on our photo shoot,
right?
Where I was wearing a kimono next to you in the dress you're wearing. So surprisingly, we carried it all the way through this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we are wallflowers. Like, we're just working on it, just trying to blend in.
Real people.
Yeah, real.
It's the movies.
It is the movies. That was really fun though, hosting on the red carpet, and we'll be doing more of that in the new year, and it's going to be great.
Very excited.
I want to talk about some of our top 5s. So there was like ones that I rated, that I ranked high, and then ones that you ranked high.
Yes.
But overall, like with all-time favorite movies, was there any of your all-time favorite movies that didn't make the list or didn't fit in?
Yeah, I think that there's a few actually that kind of come to mind that didn't fit into this list. I would say Green Mile,
good one.
Birdcage, and then of course we still need to watch Invictus. I think that's another good
I need to see this.
True story kind of movie. I think actually you'll probably love it.
Oh.
It's kind of one of those,
Yeah, my style.
It's definitely a you movie.
Okay. No spoilers. It's been out forever. Don't tell me.
Don't watch any other reviews. But yeah, I would say those 3 kind of movies come to mind. I think the when we were preparing season 3 and trying to pick our favorite movies, we were like, well, how are we going to really compare a perspective for each of those? So I remember we were like, do we do like a preteen movie? And then we were like, love, how do we categorize what we're doing? So I think we did a pretty good job of that. I think, obviously there's other movies that didn't fit into anything. You brought up musicals. Of course, we probably could have done something there. But yeah, surprisingly, like, there's a lot of movies that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good movie too. Or, yeah, I'm thinking of a bunch of popcorn kind of movies that you would just
love.
Yes.
To eat popcorn too.
Yes. Do not give her a spoon or a fork.
Okay. Were you surprised at like how we did our rating? Because your average rating on your movies was around an 8.
Okay.
So similar to me, I was around an 8, especially when you're rewatching and you're kind of critiquing yourself too, like
For
why
sure.
you're choosing.
Yeah.
And then mine was a 6. So it turns out I'm more judgmental
than we thought.
And between the two of us, yeah.
Yeah, a full point lower
than your
on my movies. But I think that's also probably stems because a lot of my movies leave you, like they tell you what you're supposed to get from the movie. And obviously we learned in the recap of your movies that you like to leave with
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to leave thinking about it. These ones are like, and here's the bow. That's all. And I'm like, well,
goodbye.
All right.
I'm like, yep, watch that. Love it.
I guess like I want you to talk about your first 3 movies. Should I talk about the?
Well, maybe rank the top 5 between the two, and then we can see kind of the differences. Like,
okay.
Because I want to know what your top 5 movies that you liked of mine.
Of yours?
Yeah.
To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything. Julie Newmar was my absolute favorite of all, and it was how we kicked off the season. And I was just like, well, this is how this is going. I didn't know this little gem of a movie. And then number 2 was Pursuit of Happyness.
Okay.
And just big, like, lover of the acting in that. And then number 3, Forrest Gump.
Okay.
That's interesting. Out of all your movies, I was like, I guess Forrest Gump, probably because it was long. And I was like,
That's what I was like, a long movie?
This is a long one. Number 4, The Call, so more genre. And then number 5, I, Tonya, for me. And then for you, number 1, Patch Adams.
Yes.
That only got 8th on my list. To Wong Fu, number 2. Okay, that's good. Pursuit of Happyness.
Okay.
Forrest Gump, like a lot of alignment. Number 5, you did Shazam.
I know. I was surprised about that actually in my lineup too, that Shazam made it to 5.
That's number 10 for me.
Yeah.
That's the bottom. That was the bottom. What happened there?
I don't know. I think
You really liked it, and I really didn't.
I mean, maybe that week, like, it was a good laugh. Maybe I needed the laugh, and I was like, yeah, this made me laugh.
This is
all
look
the
at
dad
this
jokes.
wholesome dad joke.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
Yeah, I found that kind of interesting because I was like looking at the lineup of the movies. I probably, looking at the list, probably wouldn't have put it that high, but with us kind of going week by week and not watching them all at once and comparing that, I think that played into it. And then also too, I think I ranked it based on theme as well.
Yeah,
kind of in that.
It did really hit good versus evil.
So I think all that played into it. But yeah, that was a shocker for me as well, that it was like middle of the road kind of movie.
If you missed us talking about this, I had confused it with Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal, and it wasn't until about halfway through the movie that I was like, I don't think he's coming.
He's not coming.
He's not coming to save this movie. Which is great. Yeah, and then
which that movie would have probably also worked in its place.
We should watch it. It's been a minute. We should go back and see. Yeah. What do you think are some of the biggest takeaways for you in kind of for yourself, kind of going through this list and learning like what stood out?
I would have to say that it was like a bit of a flashback of watching these movies for the first time and what I was doing. So like that reflection as far as, those sorts of things, and then coming to it with like a new lens of like, does it still land? Does it still kind of make an impact? And like, did it age well?
Oh, yeah.
And in those kinds of things. So I think that was mainly what rewatching kind of the movies that were on my list, as well as I was sad that we actually watched Salt instead of the actual movie that I was wanting to watch.
Yeah.
The other Angelina movie.
Yeah. The Weavers or whatever time. When was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember.
Like,
that's why
she's like Fox or something in that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, not the movie we wanted, but still fit.
The movie we got.
Still fit the category, and we only had to watch one movie.
Yeah. I'm like, where did Salt was number 7 for me? Not bad.
Not
10
bad.
for you.
Yeah. I would say the most controversy was for sure our all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
And so I was very hurt by your recap of Patch Adams. And I think everybody that watched it with us were also very sad by your recap of that movie.
So the room was silent. I have never felt like my words come across so brash and harsh. Even though I wasn't trying, I was like, did we think about this perspective? And everyone's just like, no. But
I looked it up in the actual story because your biggest thing was he was older.
Yeah.
In the actual story, he's the same age.
So, yeah.
So it was just the casting in which obviously then played into it because they were playing it like they were the same age. But in the movie, it did come across that he was older as well.
And I felt like he was older and manipulating, and he was a genius, and he had these things. And so he had pursued other careers. Like, I was like, why is he...
So they went for Robin Williams because they were like, we can't have anybody else.
Yeah.
And he was just older than the rest of the cast, which he also looks older in general.
Yeah, there was no Botox on Robin Williams, that's for sure.
So just so you know, he was the same age. The real
helpful, because then it plays into the naivety of the scenario, which I did not feel was there. I did not feel that way based on the casting. This is why they now give awards to casting directors at the academies, because it makes a difference. Okay. Although it is hard to picture that role with somebody else, because he was so, like, especially then, that was prime. Like,
that was prime Robin Williams. But, so I had to go back and do a little research.
Because you were like, this can't be right.
It's like, she hated it. She hated my favorite movie. I mean, it didn't get the bottom of your list, so...
Yeah, there was elements that I thought landed.
But
then there was elements that didn't. Can you remember the first time you ever watched Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything? And like how you felt about it the first time you watched it compared to now?
Good question. I'm not sure when I first watched it. I think it was probably I actually don't even know. I just remember it stood out because it was so one, kind of like a crazy story in general, and then kind of with the actors in it playing the parts, and they like actually hired actual drag queens to like train them and like
move properly
and like wearing heels for a long time, like kind of impressive from even like how to make a movie kind of standpoint. But the story itself, like I think it still lands
100%.
Yeah.
It has to be, out of all the things that we watched this year, like for this season, like that movie, like it's a new standard to me. It did shape the way that I looked at other feel-good movies and complicated layered characters that were played in like an upbeat way, but not cheesy, not campy. Even though it's campy, the movie is. The characters were not. They were
campy.
No, they had depth, and you felt their emotions, and you liked their silliness. The show, but it was like a lot where I feel like you could connect with them, and I was like, this is a difficult thing to pull off for a filmmaker, right? To do something so over the top and still have depth in your character.
Yeah, I would say that is probably a good point for the season. I would say it is a good mix between the two things that we like.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're like very complicated characters. There's like side stories going on, but it's still very kind of like fun and you laugh and kind of a bit absurd, as well as they're talking about kind of very intense issues in a way that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable or
palatable.
You're not embarrassed watching it. We have watched some movies where we're like, what did we just walk into?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I would say that I'm glad you liked that movie.
Oh,
and brought it to you.
Me too. Yeah. Interesting how much we both liked Pursuit of Happyness, which was your true story pick.
Yes.
And did you feel like the same, like, was it what you thought when we put it on? Like, did you remember it the same way?
I would probably have to say that I almost appreciate it more now than the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought like it was like a motivational movie, great acting, very cool story. But I think even more so now as like we continue to dive into doing the podcast and being movie reviewers and kind of this new kind of adventure that you and I are on.
Yeah.
That like I appreciate that movie more now because it's like a,
behind the glory story.
Right. Like you just kind of keep going. And if you believe in it and you just keep going and doing those things over and over again, it could happen. So here we are.
With the right heart, right intentions.
It could happen.
It could happen.
We've definitely met some very interesting people even over this season. So I don't think like I would have done that in my past life if we...
No, not in tech, which is where we're from.
Yeah.
Latest moment.
Behind a computer.
Teams meetings.
Yeah.
Different. It's different. Okay, and then you're 4 and 5, so Forrest Gump and Shazam. Any thoughts on those? Like, kind of...
I think Forrest Gump obviously still lands. I loved how they kind of wove this fictitious story through actual events in history.
Yeah.
And kind of made him a part of it, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But also then kind of made this story that you want to know and follow and you're like invested in his life. And I think it certainly still lands. Like even kind of the topics kind of throughout that, I would say probably are still things that we are dealing with today.
I totally agree. I think, the fact that he's so fantastical, but it doesn't come across fantastical. It was interesting because I was reflecting on it after, as you do when it leaves and stays in your brain. I was like, I wonder if because we live in, at the time, there wasn't social media, like when this movie came out. But right now, think of how many things you scroll through that are very fantastical. Like this person wins a marathon. This person is now a hero. This person developed a new pharmaceutical drug. This is like a friend of yours that now is on the cover of Forbes. This is like, we see a lot of that in our face, like on the regular, and especially in the highlight reel of social media. And it's quite believable. But this was like an attempt of that, here's an unbelievable storytelling. Because, like, let's use politics and let's use, like, the era and let's use this time. Let's bring it all back to, like, we just want to be home and want this wholesome thing. But also we're going to be, like, a lead investor in Apple. And we're going to, own this shrimp empire. And but now if I were to think of, like, people that are on social media, it's like, well, yeah. And then maybe they got a YouTube deal and then now they own, 20 Chick-fil-A's or they're wealthy because of it or whatever, right? And so I still, like, I would love to see a modern day. You know what I mean? Forrest Gump, talk about the political issues same way, but in a season where it's almost like expected that you would have multiple successes in your life because we live in a world of that.
Fascinating.
That's how I thought.
Do you think we... Oh, that's interesting because you know how it ends. He has a son. Should we have a Forrest Gump Jr. movie?
Oh, yeah. Okay, producers, listen up. Forrest Gump Jr., and he's gonna do today's political climate. Let's put him in America. Let's just put him in America.
Dad was in America. You could probably
right. Say he
same set,
he wants to do the same run his dad did. And, but now people would just be like, oh, yeah, that's expected. We ultra marathoners go call Goggins, like, he'll join you. You know, like, it wouldn't be, it was wild at the time.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
It would be kind of fun to see. I do have kind of a soft spot for kind of a revamp of a movie that we haven't seen in a while, you know, like at the next kind of generation. I think that's also like why kind of the off topic, but the last Final Destination that we watched, Bloodlines, landed was because it took us all the way back to the story before, like the beginning story.
Yeah, I like continuation. I feel like that's something that when people do a 2 or a 3, right, that they're looking at it and they'll separate the story instead of like making the story
new again
or enhanced or like a different take on the story and just do little winks towards the old story. But yeah, like some of the, I think, formula that works, it would be nice to see more of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Mm-hmm. I think either way.
Yeah.
Could tank. It could be good. I still think people would watch it.
Yeah, I do too, and just because of the franchise and it went so many places. Like I think of like I've been to a Bubba Gump's. I'm a vegan. I've still been, you know what I mean? Like at one of the like restaurants. Yeah, that came out of it.
What the next one's gonna be like a fast food joint like Taco Bell or?
Well, burritos.
Burritos.
I don't know.
How funny.
Yeah, is there like when you kind of look at your scale, like were you surprised at your bottom list places?
No, actually on mine. So like my bottom 3 movies is I, Tonya, Twilight, and Salt. I think for those, I was really kind of pushing or trying to think of a movie that would fit the category versus
they go to joy. Like
something that really kind of impact, like not to say like those certainly are movies that stood out, but definitely we're trying to fit within the themes that we set for ourselves. And you know, because there's millions of movies out there, so it's kind of hard to say you choose a movie and then I pick something completely different, which probably would have happened on a weekly basis. So I would say those 3 movies certainly are kind of lower on my list. My lowest, I only rated a 6, and you rated my movie a 3.5. So I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I still loved it. I love the movies.
Yeah, they're great. Is there any movie that you feel like I should rewatch or that I should change my perspective or look at in a different light?
Well, obviously we talked about it earlier. Obviously Patch Adams, knowing that it's the same age, would it land differently in that? I can certainly still see kind of the other angles of that, but certainly then the age difference on top of it certainly does kind of put your opinions into light.
Yeah. Because then there's naivety there. Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised that I, Tonya was like 8 for you. I thought it was so good. Like mine was high. Why do you think you rated lower?
I mean, I only rated it a 7, but I think, I mean, that's still a good movie.
Yeah, 7's still good. Yeah.
Still a good movie.
We're pretty good with the middle. Like
I think the reason why in which in kind of the true story movie, I obviously changed from Invictus to I, Tonya was simply because I wanted to even things out as far as like have a male and a female movie kind of capping in that story versus obviously Invictus, spoiler alert, is a male-based movie. So I didn't want like 2 sport team kind of movies for the theme. So I was trying to be a bit more fair, as well as I, Tonya is still a really, really good movie.
Yeah,
so.
That's the movie that I watched Margot Robbie and I was like, oh gosh. I watched Margot Robbie and was like, this is why actors should get paid tens of millions of dollars.
Totally.
Like, this is an impossible task to embody this person and talk like this person and be this person, and she did it so well, and I'm like, this is why she's worth every penny. That's what I think. Yeah. Who, I guess, like, because you have the recap there.
Yes.
Like, I guess, do we like drum roll? Who won and by how much?
So we were basically the battle every week was whose movie rated the highest.
Yes, per theme. So
Per
if it was
theme.
like true story, like, you know, we would rate honestly on a scale of 1 to 10, and then whatever, you know, rating was higher, then that person won, and then we recapped it. Yeah.
Yeah. So with that, I beat you.
You beat me.
Yes.
I'm not surprised because of Tu Wong Fu.
I got ahead, yes. 4-2.
4-2.
So I beat you.
Yeah. Oh, so you won 4 categories and I won 2 categories?
Yeah, and then we tied in the rest of them.
And we tied in the rest. We had ties?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the middle. Like those ones
4.
that are like pretty good films. Yeah,
No, actually, I think it was more our extremes.
Oh, really?
We rated them
So harshly with each other?
well because we liked our movie, so we rated it high, and then the other person didn't like the other's movie, so then they rated it low, but then it canceled each other out.
Yeah.
So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a great
I
season.
mean, you obviously had me at a lower rating movie-wise, but I still beat her.
That's just like Moneyball. If you want to go back, statistics.
Yeah.
You just need a lot of littles to make it happen.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah, you don't need the high highs, low lows. I know, any final thoughts for people that are tuning into season 3 and maybe a little peek at like what we're going to be doing for season 4?
For sure. So just the end of season 3, obviously they're the stories that stick. And with that, there's still movies out there that are making an impact on our life. And so a great segue into that is we are actually reviewing the best of 2025 based on gross revenue, Rotten Tomatoes score, and audience score.
Yeah.
So we are ranking 25 movies in that list, obviously broken out into 5 different categories because we're trying to broaden our viewpoint. So there'll be some animation, there'll be some drama, there'll be some comedy. Aren't you excited about that?
Nope.
And yeah, the top 5 in each of those categories, as well as we will also be looking at other people's reviews of those movies.
Yeah.
So we'll be comparing an audience review and a Rotten Tomato reviewer's review, and then our take on the movie.
Yeah, we're excited to see kind of where we measure in between audience and other critics, especially since we've been so focused on like, is it good? Does it make sense? Like, is it worth it? Like to go and spend the money? And so it'll be interesting because there's critics that are very detailed and creative, and they talk a lot about the coloring and the nod or the wink towards this other film from the 1920s. And then there's other films that are, like kind of more, there are other critics like us, more honest. And so I want to look at the top critics in Rotten Tomatoes and be like, hey, like, would we buddy up with them, or would we totally disagree and we are with the audience the whole time? Yeah.
Absolutely. And the other thing, as far as a change from season 3, is we'll be starting to rank movies in the scale of 5 stars.
Yes.
So we'll be reviewing that shortly to tell you as far as what the half point means and kind of that ranking. So
yeah.
Anyways.
If you are listening on a broadcast channel, then your next episode will be leading into season 4, so you can continue watching for that. If you're listening wherever you listen to podcasts on Apple, Spotify, and beyond, continue to listen to move forward. And if you are watching us on YouTube, feel free to subscribe or follow us on Instagram as well at Cade and Kid.
All right. Bye, guys.